Good morning. I hope I'm live. If you could indicate me, if you could hear me, I would be glad. Could you hear me?
Yes, Wynand, we can.
Thank you very much, Ben. I'm great you are all on. And we're going to start immediately. So I just want to welcome you on the fourth part of the PowerPoint CUT talks. And today we're going to do some 3D and video. And I'm very excited about that because I enjoy it. And you could play around quite a lot with it. It's so many things you could do. And I know there at the engineers faculty at Ben Kotze, they also have a lot to do now with AR and VR and working with 3Ds and everything there. So yes, I hope this will also be included in your lesson plans and everything so that you could use it and that the students could have the fun of it. Right, let me start. I'm just going to share with you my screen. And I want to share screen 2 with you. There it is. And I'm just going to put it on. All right. So I believe you could see screen 2 now on my computer. It's on already. And I'm just going to go through my PowerPoint. And I did hide a lot of things on that long PowerPoint of us. And I'm just going to go through the highlights. So we start, and there you will see that was due by Morph. And I just want to remember you, if you want the certificate, you must do the assignment. And the assignment you could find on Blackboard. And everybody who did sign the attendance register already is registered on Blackboard. So you could just go into Blackboard and you would find CUT talks there. So just go there and see everything. All the PowerPoint is there, all the videos is on it. Remember, please remember, the videos won't be there forever and ever. So if you want to save it, just download it to your computer so that you could have it for later. All right, so that it is. And what we need for the certificate is the 10 pages album that includes the following. You have to add some photos and you have to crop the functions and everything you did do a photo. So just play around a little bit and make a few photos, and then you must add some text. That will be very easy, I think, for you. Background with gradient fill. And then there must be a bit of animation. There must be a bit of morph. There must be a bit of 3D, what we're going to do today. And then also must be a video in it. So that is what we want. Please note, the PowerPoint must be saved in PowerPoint macro enabled show PPSM. If you don't know, I did show it last week. I will show you fast again today, but just remember that it's also very important and to use that. All right, so that is important for us. All right, then I go to the next photo. That was the attendance register. Please make sure you sign the attendance register, and I will make it available on Blackboard for you just now. It is not available in the moment, but I will make it available just now in a few seconds from now. So just wait a little bit. Don't go immediately. Otherwise, you could go to this question probe, and we could also put it for you on this Zoom meeting chat box. Right, we will do that now. I did put on the record button. You will see that here in the corner. So everything is recorded. I will send that also for you and put it on Blackboard for you for later. Right, then the next part, we did do some background. You remember that? I don't going to do that again today. We also did do some photos in the past, and we also did do animations. And we show you how to morph, and that I think you did play around this week and you find it quite interesting because there's a lot of things, and if you did just be a little bit creative, you will find there's a lot of things you could do with morph also. Then we're going to do videos in PowerPoint today, and we also going to show you a few things around that. All right, so I'm going to start with that. So first things first, I'm just going to escape here. And then I will want to go back to our PowerPoint. And there you will see I'm going to put on this for you so that you could also see all the toolbars and everything here on top. So just make sure I did put off the slideshow presentation mode. Always, when you do a slideshow, always remember to put in the slideshow presentation. I did see that so many people do their presentation in this part, and that's not the thing to do. So always remember, go down to slideshow presentation, click on that, and that will take you to the presentation mode. All right. So what I'm going to do today is I just want to show you something else before we go on, and that is you could also do some annotations and dictate your words. So if you click on this dictate box here on the right hand side here on top, you could just click on that. But remember, if you click on that, just click on this text box on the lettering for text, the text box for lettering. So if I want to say something, you see there it already go and say what I want to say. Sorry, I'm just going to stop. So what I use it for, I just want to put it off because I didn't think it's going to do that with me. Sorry for this. I just tried to delete it. Right, let me just say something. Say, for instance, I want to say, please help me to build some videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be silent for a moment so that you don't take up everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on dictate, click on the box, and now I'm going to say, please help me to build some videos. Is it possible to build 3D in PowerPoint? I'll just put it off. All right, just there you see. So what you could do is you could speak with the computer nowadays and it will annotate you, or dictate you, and you could make some notes somewhere and you could just put it somewhere you want. So that is just a nice thing that I want to show you fast before we go on. All right, so what I'm going to show you today is how to make a video. So there's a few ways to do it, and I just want to show you this video I did make from my computer. So there it is. And I don't think you could hear the sound on the moment because I did put it off. I don't know if you hear it, but I did put it off here. But it's possible for your students then to hear it also. So how could I do something? So if I want to record the video on my screen, that is very easy to do. So what I'm going to show you now is how to do that. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to record. I just want to go to a new page. There it is. And I'm just going to say recording. And then what I want to do is I want to do a screen recording. There it is on the left-hand side here. You will find it, a screen recording. And if you click on it, it will take you to the screen. And I just want to open, sorry, I just want to open that first because otherwise it's not going to work. And I did put that off now. There it is. So what is going to happen now? I hope it's going to be on top now. There it is. And I just want that screen recording. And I just going to click. No, it's not that one. Sorry for this moment. I just want to make sure it's launched this meeting. And let me take it. That's no problem because I always work in two recording, and I just want to do the screen recording, and then it takes me to the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select an area to this. So my video is in this part here. So there it is. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say play. And what it's going to do, it's going to record this. So there it counts down and say 3, 1, and there it starts recording. So this is just a video on my screen that I record on the moment. I hope to see you at 11:30 today. Thanks a lot. All right, and when I close this, I just say stop. There it is. Okay, I just want to stop this also because it's looping now. And there's the video now. So what had happened now, I did put a video in here, and I don't know where it is in now, but it's there. And I just want to take it to this. Okay, I see what had happened. I did use the wrong one. So I'm just going to copy this and put it in the in the other PowerPoint that I did have open 2 PowerPoints. No, it is the fine, it's fine, it's this one. So I just make sure it's in here, there it is. And now it's in my PowerPoint and I'm just going to play it in my PowerPoint. There it is. And you can play it in the PowerPoint here. All right, so I'm just going to stop that. And that is how you could do a screen recording on anything that you have on your screen. So if you had to have something on your screen, you want to make a video, I'm just going to go through the steps again. You go to recording, you click on screen, no, not the screenshot, because that will only be a screenshot. You go to screen recording, click on that, and then you must just open the video where it is and select just the video part, and then it's copied into your Blackboard as it is done just now. Blackboard in your PowerPoint as it is done just now. But it's also possible, you will see, if I select that, you could also go and play around with your video format. And that's quite interesting because now you could also go and put some stuff around it. You could make it different. You could use some different animations and stuff here. But it is also possible to go and do some video effects. So what you will do is I want to do a 3D rotation. So I want to put it like that in 3D. So that is also possible to put it in 3D, just make it a bit smaller, and there you could put it anywhere on your PowerPoint, and there you will have a 3D part. Or you could play just around there. There's so many things you could do. You could have a bevel around it. You could have relaxed inset into that. So that is all the stuff. You could also put a glow around it, and you see it's very small on the moment, but it did have a yellow glow now on it. So, and you could also change the color of this video. So say, for instance, you want to make this video some orange, then it will change the video in a color format, and then you could play around. So you could go and play around and see that all happens now. And you could play around on that and do some nice things. But what is also possible, you could have a poster frame on top of this video. So say, for instance, you don't want to start with this. You want to put in a poster frame. You could just click on a video, and there you will find poster frame. So if you down click there on the arrow, images from file, so you could just click there, and now you could decide from a file on your computer, or from a stock image, or from an online picture, or from an icon. So you could decide what you want in front. So I'm going to just use a stock image here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose the first and the best one I see here. And say, for instance, I want to use this. Oh, I don't know what to use now, but let me use this one as a poster in front. So that means if you put that in, you insert that, it will always open like that. So, and why it's not taking now. Okay, there it is. And there's the stock photo, what I did just created now. And so if the students are opening his PowerPoint, or you open your PowerPoint, it will open always in this. Sorry, I just want to go back to my video, this poster frame. So you could decide what you want to start with. So you could also input your own photos if you want to, and that will always be open like this. So if you go to your PowerPoint, it will start like this, and it will look like this if you want to do it. You'll see I also have here some examples of the same video I used in the beginning. So I also could crop this, eh? So that's also very nice. So what you could do is you could just go and video format, and go to crop. And now you could say, right, I just want to crop, the video part must be as big as that. So there it is. And so I'm just going to say crop. And you remember we did do. So now is the video a bit smaller, and you could use it somewhere on your, with some script here on the side. So that is just the interesting part. So you've got now a video in your PowerPoint, and that is how you do this. And the same happens here. I just make that a circle or something like that. So you could use what you want. This is also an example of a video that I did make. You will remember we did do this last week. Will we go live? And I just go and build a video on that, and I will show you just now how to do that. So if you go and play the video, it will play on your PowerPoint. So there's that video. You will remember we did make this animation last week, but in this case, I did make a video of that slide, and this is how it works. So how do you reuse slides? So that is quite a nice thing to use. Say, for instance, I want to make a video. The problem, if I want to make a video with everything on this slide, it's going to be quite a long type of video. So I just want to see, I missed the chat here. And please report the process again of the video inserting go lost. The read got lost. Do you save? Yes, we did save the video. Has the attendance register circulated? No, it doesn't. So I'm just going to put that in. Sorry, I did do a lot of things and didn't think you have a lot of questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this first. Copy. And I'm going to put it here for everyone. Control V, there it is. I just say enter. So there's the attendance register. You will see there's the attendance register available now. So you could just click on that and that will open the attendance register. All right, so I just want to check for some question. Good day, yes. Has the attendance circulated? Yes, please report the process again of the video insertion go lost. All right, that's on video. You could just go and look again. If you have problems, we will do that again later. To read got lost. Do you save the video before? Yes, I did save it. All right, so everything I think is handled now. So I just want to go back to the videos. And then I'm going to show you how to make a video of your whole presentation. So that is what we're going to do now. And I just go down here and I want to show you how to reuse your slides. So I'm just going to put in a new slide here. And you remember just to click on new slide blank, there it is. And then what I do is I just going to click reuse slides, there it is. So what is happening now, you will see here on the right hand side is all my slides I did prepare in the past. So there's quite a lot of slides and I could go to all my, what do you call it, slides that I built. So it's not just the one I use in a moment. So what I want to do now is I just want to build a short video. So for that is I'm going to use a new PowerPoint. So I'm going to say file and I'm just going to say new blank document. And then what I'm doing, I'm just going to say a new reuse slide again, where it is. And then I'm just going to decide what I want to use. Say, for instance, in this PowerPoint, I'm just going to open that and I like this slide. So what I do is I just click on that and then I could go back and I'm just going to go to another slide and I'm going to select the slide out of my photo album. And what I do is I just click on that. Oh, there I did have a problem. It's hanging on a moment. And I think it's because I did have too many things open. So I just want to save first. And presentation, I'm just going to save it in. And if this happens, always remember to go and save, because that could probably be because you have too many things open and your they don't going to take. Sorry, I just want to see where I want to save it in browse, and I just want to save it with the other guys because it's now a new document. I must make a new place for it, pictures, and I want to do it in CUT PowerPoint, and I'm just going to say demo. I'm just going to demo 2, and I'm just going to say save. All right, so I believe it's going to take now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to open that, and I decided to use that as another slide. So I could go and do a lot of things here. I've got something here that I do for somebody. So I just opened that also, and that will be my 3rd slide. And I can use that one. That will be my 4th slide. And I just have something here, and that will be my 6th slide. So I've got 6 slides here, and I just want to put something in here in the beginning. So I'm just going to go back. I want something nice like this, and I'm just going to open that CUT photos, and that was a mistake because this is quite big, so it will take a few seconds to open. And I just want to add that one. All right, so and I'm going to delete that one. So there it is. So I've got 6 slides here. And now what I want to do is I want a video of this. So what you could do also is you could also record some sound. So if I want to record some sound, I just go say, for instance, I want on this particular slide, I want to record something. I just go to my recordings and record slideshow. I click on record slideshow and record from the beginning of record from current slide. So I just want it on this slide. So I'm just going to say record from current slide. And I'm just going to click on that and it will give me the opportunity to record. So I just click on my record. You can't see this now, but I'm just going to say record and it say to 1. And what I do now is I just record something. Welcome to CUT Talks, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. So I'm going to stop that and I'm just going to go out here again and show you, and there you will find I've got something like that. It's just a speaker, and if I click on that, welcome to CUT Talks, and I hope you will enjoy it. Okay, so that will be now on every just on this slide. But say for instance I want to do everything from here. I want to do it on over 3 or 4 slides. You could do it also on all over all 4 slides or all 6 slides. So you could record, you could play around with that, but you always want to go to record slideshow. If you go down, you will say record from the current slide or record from the beginning. So you could start from the beginning, and you could also clear timing and all slides. So that is what you also could do. So there's a lot of options in the slideshow, in the recording part that you have there. So you could use that and just make that part of your presentation. So if I want to make a video now of this 6 slides with the recording in it, so there will be nothing on this slides, I didn't record something, you just go to File, click on File, and then you're going to say Export and create a video. There it is. So I'm just going to say create a video, and I want to do it full high definition, or you could make it HD 72 or standard 480. So I'm just going to make it 72 for this exercise. Use recording time and narration, or you could say seconds open for each slide. I'm just going to make it 1 second just to make it fast now. There it is, and I'm just going to say create a video. There it is, and what is happening, I'm going to give this video a name, and I'm going to name it demo free, because this is the demo free video, and I'm just going to say demo free, and it will be an impact format. You could also change that in Windows Media Video, or you could use impact. I love to use impact 4, so I don't. It depends on what you want to do. So I'm just going to say save, and there it is. And there at the bottom, you will see create video demo free. So there you could see how fast it's going, and there it's done. All right. So if I want to look at that video now, you will go to CUT PowerPoint, and you will look for demo free. There it is. And if I click on that, it will open a video for me, and it's open here on this side. Oh, and I'm not going to, you're going to see that now because it's not, I must change, right, I'm just going to change my share screen with you, that you could see it on that side now. So, because it's just open on that side and I can't slide it back. Share screen, and I want to put it here, and I share that screen with you, and I'm just going to say demo, and there it is. So there's the video I just create now. Welcome to CUT Talks, and I hope you will enjoy it. And there's the different parts. You see everything what we did, and I'm just going to escape there. And I just want to take you back to the other screen. And back to this screen, and I say share. All right, there it is, and I just put you back on that screen. All right, so that is how you could create a video. And I'm just going to go back to my PowerPoint. So what did I do? If you want to create a video, you just go to File and go to Export, and you will say Create a Video, and click on Create a Video, and then you could set your settings if you want a very good. Don't use 4K, please. your computer is not ready, and most students' computer is not ready for 4K. So I'd rather use 180 or 7020. If you want to put it on Blackboard, I prefer that you use HD 7020. And then you just click there and you just start with your video. So that's so easy as that to create a video. And that will create a video of the whole PowerPoint that we have there. So that is the easiest way to create a video for your students. And now what you do is you just add the video on your Blackboard. All right. Another thing what is important, and you remember what I did with that, is to use Save As. And I like this for the students to use this, and that is PowerPoint Macro Enable Show. Remember that one. It's also the one you must use when you're going to create now your PowerPoint. And then the students have a PowerPoint, but they can't open that PowerPoint, meaning they can't edit the PowerPoint. They could open the PowerPoint and see the slides on a big screen, but they can't make some changes and they don't see the toolbars and everything. So I prefer to use that for the students. And you could also add some sound in that one on the slide. So if you open a certain slide, there will be sound on that certain slide. So I think for Blackboard, this is the best to use if you want this, because the reason for that is the student could go back and forward on that. So that is quite nice, and he always have everything in front of him, and he could play around, and he can't edit and delete anything on that PowerPoint. You will always have it as a slideshow, and that is a nice thing to do. So just to show you again, if you want to go that, Save As, and then you go down here, and you save your PowerPoint as macro enable show, PPSM. Don't use PowerPoint show, because then you're going to lose some things. Rather use PowerPoint macro enable show, PPSM, and that will give you better quality. All right, I'm just going to go back to the chat and see if there's something on the chat. No, there's nothing on the chat. Is there any questions now? Because I'm done now with the videos, and I find myself going very fast on the moment because I see my time is running out and I still want to do 3D. Any questions from your side? Okay, you are such a good class. You never ask some questions or something. So that's quite nice. And sometimes I'm worried about that. So let me see. There's somebody that's speaking.
I'm saying you're such a good teacher. We are understanding everything that you're saying.
Ooh, I'm worried about that, but thanks a lot. Okay, thanks a lot. Let me go on, and I just want to show you, and I just want to go back to the show now. And now this part is quite nice, because now I'm going to, oh no, that is the show of this thing. I don't want that now. And I'm going to save this one because I want to go to this PowerPoint. There it is. Okay, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go to 3D in PowerPoint, and that is now the last part what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you, and we just have to be a little bit patient with me. Rita, I see you wants to ask something. Your hand is up.
Thank you. I just wanted to ask you, so if you start at the bottom, the slideshow, yeah, like you suggested, sometimes I have noticed in certain PowerPoints, I say I want to enter another blank slide and write something on it. When it's on slideshow already, it gives me some technical problems.
Okay, so if I understand you right, so you want to add another slide in here.
While we are discussing in the class.
Just so you can
explain something.
When you explain something, you want to add a slide.
Yes, empty slide. Sometimes it becomes, sometimes I don't know what was the reason.
All right. Always remember, while you're busy, before you do something of that, just save it. Because it takes a lot of, what do you call it, geheer, what is geheer now in English? I'm not sure, but it takes a lot of RAM, and it's always safe to just save. That happens just now with me. You don't want to go forward, and the moment I save it, it helps me a lot, because then I could start and do some stuff again. So yes, I think that could be probably the problem. I believe that is what happens there. All right, but the easiest way to add a slide is just to click, say, for instance, I want to add a slide here. You could just go down there and say, I want a blank slide in here. There it is. Or if I want the same slide and just make some, just change something on it, I just click on that slide and say Control D. And there's the same slide. You will see there's now 2 slides there. And now I could just change something here by delete. And I put precisely the same thing, but just only I changed the text here. So I hope that was helpful, Rita. Okay. Could you please mute so that we don't have some sound feedback? All right. So that is the 3D. Now I'm just going to show you a few 3D options here. And if I take you, and yes, now I just want to make sure where is that one. I just wanted to close that one. And it's not that one, it's at home, I think. Arrange and select pane, that one. Okay, so remember I did show you last week how to hide some stuff. Say, for instance, I want to hide this man. I could hide that. And I could also hide this lady in a wheelchair. I could hide that. And I only have one thing here. All right. It's not lost. It's just hide. So what I have here, I did create from an ordinary emoji. I did just create a 3D now of that. And the difference between that is the following. I could swivel this now around. And that is why I could say that is a 3D. So you will see it have also something like that. So if I take that, I just want to show you what is the difference. And I did have a wheelchair here, the wheelchair there. So that one is the 3D. I just close that from on. This is an ordinary picture. It's a 2D picture. You see, I can't turn it around. I could turn it around like this. That's possible, but I can't do that. I did do with the previous one. I'm just going to put it up, back up straight again. So if I do the 3D, this is a 3D one. And if I take the 3D one, I could do something like that. You will see there's quite a difference now of that. And it's also possible to swivel that around. It's also possible to make it a bit bigger. And there it is. All right. So I did do the same with this 3D man. You will see this is also 3D. And there it is. And if you want to know which one is 3D, you could just look here. It will say to you it's 3D. And this man is 2D. So you'll see that is the difference between these two. So you could take any picture and change that to, into a 3D picture. That is possible. So what I want to show you now, oh gosh, no, I did lost that thing because I did play around. So I just want to make a new. And I just want to see if I could insert the laptop for my 3D. Now, how to insert something. I want to insert something here, but I want to insert a 3D. So you're going to use your 3D models. So what I'm going to do is, on this device, that is your computer. If you did design something like the AR and VR owens design now a lot of 3D stuff, so they could export or import that from their computer. So that's possible to import any 3D thing, or you could download it somewhere from the internet, and you could upload it from there, or you could have this 3D stock models. So there it is. And now I've got quite a lot of 3D stock models here, and I could use this. And I just want to see if I could get something about the computers. Here it is, electronics. And I hope I'm going to get that one fast that I did use. All right, it seems to me it is on the other side. So let me just go back and just look. Sorry for that one. Always remember 3D models is always big, and it takes quite a few of your RAM. All right, so I'm just going to use one of these computers. It's not the one I did use in the past, but I think it will be good to use this one. And what I do is I just click on that. I could click more than one, so I could have more than one 3D. But there I click on the computer, and I'm just going to insert that. So what I have now, you will see insert 3D model. And what I have now is a 3D model here. And just give it a moment, it's a bit slow. So that is a 3D model of a computer. And you could show this now for your student. And you could go in here And sorry, I just go out there. Sorry, there it is. So I've got a 3D, and what I could do is I could make it bigger, but it's also possible, and look what I do now. So I did have this 3D model here. I could swivel it around what I want them to show to the students. There it is. And I could also show the keyboard to the students here, and I could explain some stuff for them there. And if I click on 3D model, and you could also pan in zoom in this block. So I've got a block as big as this. You see, I've got a block in this. So I want to pan in zoom inside this block. So what I do is I just click on that, and you will find there's a plus there. So what I do now is I just zoom in somewhere. And what is going to happen? You're just going to have that part now available for the student. So now I could say, right, just click there on print screen or there on home or what. So what you could do is you could say print screen, home, or end there. And it's also possible to just draw a circle around this now. There it is. And all right, I just have to shape full, text full. And I just want to say no. And I want something red. I want a red circle around this. And I want the circle a bit wider. So I'm just going to use 6 points. So there's home. So I could show now the student, there's home, and just click on home. Or I just could say, there's print screen. You just click on print screen there. And that is what the student is going to see. So that is possible to do now. So you've got something like that. And it's still possible to go out there and go to something else. Where I want to go to that speaker. And I want to show something on the speaker. Or I say, no, that's not what I want. I want to show the screen. And I want to show the window logo. Or what I want to do now, I want to make it a bit smaller. So what I do is I just click on 3D model, pan and zoom, and I just going to say, right, there it is. I did have a computer like that, so big. And I want to show you how the back of this computer is. Look, that is the back of the computer. And remember, you could also use morph here. So if you have two computers, so say for instance, I'm just going to say Control D here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this computer a bit bigger. And then I'm going to use my morph tool. So, and I'm just going to go to transformation. And if I want to, I just want to make this one a bit smaller now, just to see that you have the morph working on this moment. There it is. And I'm just going to shift it a bit to the right side. Okay, it's fine. I'm not going to make it. So what I do is I just click there and show you. Then where I have the morph tool. So that is how I do that heart also in the beginning. So if you want, and it's also possible, say for instance, I want to turn this now around to this side. Look what's happening now. If I click now on morph, it's going to turn like that. And that is what's going to happen when you have this 3D. So you've got a lot of 3D pictures of that you could import here. I just want to open a new slide to show you that. Go to home, new slide, blank. So for instance, if I want to put something new in here, I just go to insert 3D models and stock 3D models there. But what is also nice now, and you will see that now fast, you also have some 3D animations. So say, for instance, I'm going to go to this one. And I'm going to choose this bee. Let me try this. Let me take the shark. I did work with the shark in the past. So there it is. So what I have now is I've got a shark on my page. And it will have some animation. And that's quite nice. You could play around with that. And I did have, once I developed a whole fish tank here with a lot of fishes and everything. And there's my shark, you see, and I could change that and turn it around. And I could also zoom into that, sorry. And I could look at the shark's teeth. So I just going to click on that 3D model and pan and zoom. And so what I do now is I just going to go into the shark here. And I want to show you his teeth here. There's the shark's teeth and mouth and everything. And it's in 3D. And it's so nice. You could play around with that. There it is. And there's my shark swimming. All right. And if you want to build a fish tank now, you're going to go to insert and go to 3D models, stock 3D models. And what you're going to do now is you just go and add some fish here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert that. And now I've got a lot of fish here. Just give me a moment. The computer is a bit slow. And oh, it's not responding. So it means I must save. Let's hope for the best. So it's the computer is a bit slow now. So just give me a moment. Bear with me, please. We have some fun here. Right, there it goes. And I'm just going to save this so that I make sure. Okay, here's my fish. I just want to save everything. Otherwise, I'm going to lose now everything. So what I could do now is I've got a few fish here, you see, and I just wanted that small fishish. There it is. And I want to copy that and add some more. So I'm just going to copy, and I'm just going to say, I think I must use that paste. And there's a lot. So I could say, right, this fish must swim at the back of the shark. So I could arrange them, send them to the back. So you see that fish is on the back and this one is in front of the shark. And there I've got a fish tank with a lot of fish. And I could play around with another fish. And there's all my fishes swim in the tank on the moment. And let's make the water a bit blue by forming the background. And I'm just going to say gradient full. There it is. Oh, nice. And it is blue on the moment. So there it is. And it's possible to make this a little bit bigger if you want to. And it's possible to make that a bit bigger. And it's also possible to make the shark bigger. So there it is. There I've got my shark and it's going to catch that fish just now. All right, so that's how you could play around. And now you've got the whole fish tank and everything. And I also show you this. I just want to go on because I see my time is running out. There I did, oh, sorry. There, what I did here is something else. So it is possible to build your own stuff. So you will remember I did have that wheelchair. And here I just have a button at the back. So if I take this now and I turn it around, you will see there's some wheelchair on the back. So it's just this button and it's a wheelchair. And I built this on 3D Paint, and I will show you fast how to do that also. That is a course on their own. So what I could do now is I'm going to use some animation, and I will say it must be swing. So there it is, and what's happening? There it's swing, or I could say it must be a turntable, and what's going to happen now, it's going to be a turntable, and you could change the effects also. So you could say now it must go to the right, or it must go up. So there it's going up and down. So there it is. So you could change the effect, or you could also change the animation here and say it must be a bit faster. So I'm going to go to timing and I say, no, it mustn't be in 20 seconds. It must turn around in 2 seconds. And you will find it's quite fast now, you see. And I said, no, I want the effect to the left. So there it's going to the left, and there I turn it to the left. All right, how do I build this button? That's quite nice, and I don't want to show you a lot on that, but I'm just going to show you fast because I would rather do that in one course. So if you take a look, you will find there's something Paint 3D. If you don't see that, you could just type in Paint 3D, and you will find Paint 3D. It's on all the computers, on the CUT computer supposed to be, because we pay for that. And now I'm just going to say I want a new 3D. So if I want to build a new 3D, I'm just going to go to 3D shape, and I'm just going to have a shape here. Right now I've got a block here, you see. Sorry, I just want to select that. I've got a block here, and it's possible to turn it around, but it's also possible to turn it around like that. But how did I do that? I just want to delete that. You've got a lot of shapes here. So if I click on that, I activate it, and I go here to the left-hand side, and there you will find there's the button, the hemisphere. There it is, and I'm just going to select it. There it is, and I'm just going to turn it to show it to the front. I've got that, and I want to change the color of this. So what I'm going to do is I click on color, and I want to make it yellow, and I also make sure I could play around with that. There it is. I'm happy with that. And I could also say, no, I want to make it polished metal. So there I've got a polished metal. So you will see there's something like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a picture to this. So what I do is I just go to stickers, and I open my stickers. And you could go to your own stickers, add a sticker, or you could use something that you have here. In this case, I'm just going to use this tongue. Let me use this tongue. Let me rather use this ninja cat. All right, here it is. And I just say, no, it's not taking it. I just want to see what is happening. No, why it's not taking it in. Because I don't work always with this. Right, let me just add a sticker. And I'm just going to add something here. Let me just take this wheelchair. There it is. Open that. And there it put in the wheelchair. And now I've got a wheelchair there. Now what I could do is I could just change my position there, put it where I want to put it. And then I could just go and use the stamp to put it in there. That's the one way. And then it's just a picture on this thing. Or you could change and make it a 3D. And what is happening now? Now it's a 3D. Now you could also turn it around like that and put it in like you want. All right. So that is in short how you do. What you do now is you just save as this save as, and you will do it as a 3D model that you will save it somewhere. I don't going to do that, but that is how I did create that on 3D Paint. So I just going to close out here, don't save because I don't going to use that, but this is what I did here. And now I could manipulate this thing in my PowerPoint, and it's possible to make it quite big and swirl it around and appear it and leave it. You find there's just a leave it or a jump and turn. There's a jump and turn and everything. So you could play around on that. And that is how you use 3D. I did have some examples here. There it is. And I also have this example of the heart. And then I just mold that to the front, and you'll see there it is now in the section. So what did I do? I did have that heart and that heart. And if you mold that now in your transition, you will get something like this. And you will remember I used that in the beginning. Or I could go to this one, and if I want to morph that, it will happen to take it bigger. And now you will see how the heart is worked. All right, so there I did also have something like that. And there's the engine of an airplane, Boeing. And you could go and turn this around and show your students some different size and see how it is. And it's also running. You could also go and stop it by just pause it. There it is. And now you could show your students there. It's running like that. And if he wants to show him something in here, remember just to click on 3D, pan and zoom, and there you take it into the smallest place. And now you could just say, right, run again. And where it's running and show what is happening inside that part. Now, remember, if you morph it, you could, I just want to make it a bit smaller. You could also pan and zoom. You could also, yeah, not pan and zoom. What do you call that now? Now I don't remember. Okay, I will come back to that one. All right, so that is in short how the 3D is working. I want to go back to my questions and see, I believe there's some questions now. I did go fast now over this last part because my time is running out. It's already 20 minutes past 12. So I did take a bit of your question time now and see. All right, now you must tell me if you have any questions, that you learned something. And that is the end of my part. There's so many things I still want to do with you, especially I think I must make a course of that 3D thing. And let me see. I just want to take my back and just go stop sharing that. There it is. All right. Ruta, I see you are on, but I don't think you asked a question. All right. Anything that you want to ask? Just want to check the chat box. Nothing on the chat box. Anything from your side? Did you learn something? Nothing. All right. I believe so. I'll say. Any questions? Is Priscilla, you want to ask a question?
No, I was answering that. I did learn a lot.
Okay, thanks a lot, Priscilla.
Yeah.
Was it interesting that you find that you know these things? Did you know you could do this?
Not at all. Not
Is
me.
it? Okay, I'm glad. I see somebody that says something very informative. Thanks a lot. Okay, so that's quite a lot of things. And if you use this correct, you could make it quite interesting for your student. You know, there's so many things you could use here. And you must just go and take a look how many 3D things are there on the computer nowadays. You could buy and you could download about anything that you want, especially in the medical world and engineering world. You must just go and look and see what you could download. And if you play around with MOV and all this stuff, you could make it quite interesting for a student and show them quite a lot of things on PowerPoint. So yes, I think that could help. I've seen Palesa also say amazing. Thank you very much. Okay, so that brings me to the end. If you don't have any questions, you are welcome to leave the session. I will put the session also on Blackboard, the recordings, and I will also put the last PowerPoints in. Remember, if you want the certificate of this course, you could work through the Blackboard and see everything there, but you could also go and you just make sure you hand in your assignment. I think it's the 16th of July. So please, if you want the certificate on this course and you that attended, you want some certificate, just make sure. And you will find it's not so difficult. If you have questions, you're welcome to ask me. I will help you on that. Just indicate to me it's a 3D, actually not a 3D question, it's the PowerPoint question, so that I know I must answer it. You could go to WhatsApp and you answer that. A last thing I want to ask, and I want to beg you, if you have any technology you want to demonstrate to the lecturers, please let us know. When I think about AR or VR, you've got a nice platform to do something, and just make it interesting for the lecturers to know what is possible and where to find some, to get some help or information about something. So I would like if you come up with some ideas. Remember, CUT Talks is not about me and Leandri, it's about everybody. And I know Ornelia will do something next week. I think she's on next week. So she will be available and we will announce what she's going to do. But please, if you have anything to show us, any technology, please let us know. Priscilla, I see your hand is up again.
Yes, talking about other technology, are you aware of the Ion XR?
Yeah, that's what I speak about, the AR and VR. It's
Okay.
Augmented reality and virtual reality. This I did do also the course yesterday. It was quite interesting. They've got quite a new things up now, and I also did do the course. I like what I see there, so that is also something that you could use in the future. And I'm not a pro on that on the moment, so I don't want to give you a lesson on that, but I'm busy working on that. I think we must ask Priscilla to present us something on that.
Actually, I tried to do the assignment, but it was a problem with the civil engineering because there weren't so many 3Ds that are available that can work with Ion. So I'm just looking for someone that maybe we can, because it's something that can work. It's not the possibilities that it can work, but it just needs,
No, that's true.
A bit of more training on the 3D, even how to create that.
Yeah, and they sound interesting. Ben, don't you want to tell us just short what is Ion? I don't know if Ben is still available. Ben? I don't see him now. Okay, sorry, I did. No, Ben is not available now, but I will speak with Ben and see if somebody wants to do something on that. All right, something else. All right, on the chat, it's just thank you, Wynand. Thanks, Wynand. Much appreciated. All right, there's nothing, no questions there, so there's no questions. Thank you very much for attending this 4-day course, and I'm looking forward to see your assignment. And don't be afraid of that. Please don't be afraid. Rather do it and see if you could do it. It's now time to play. You just could play with that and give us an assignment and we will take a look at that. All right. Thank you very much from my side. I hope you enjoy the day and have a lovely weekend.